This
Friends,
conference will now
uh,
be recorded.
good morning, friends. Today, the whole media and news was like Trump is paying too much tax, Trump paid no tax, and $750 only. Let's see what says in the case, and let's read the article. My thing is, New York Times is completely biased, and I'm not pro-Trump, but the article is wrong, and everybody knows that New York Times is pro-democratic. So let's see what the article says. So the Donald Trump paid 750 in federal income tax over the 2 years he won the presidency. Okay, so the Donald Trump does have a salary, annual salary when he's a president, and that's about $400,000, I think. So he automatically pays those tax. So I don't know where this figures comes, but in the bottom, this says that it doesn't include his last 2 years of personal return. So here it is. It does not include his personal return of 2018 and 19. So he's a president. He is working for the country, and he's making about $400,000 per year. It is his salary, and he gets all the allowance. And he is the president of the United States. I don't, all 400,000 goes into his bank. He doesn't have to spend anything anywhere. Anyways, that's not the point. He had paid no income tax at all since 10 years of previous 15 years, largely because he reported losing much more money than he made. Okay, so when you are in the business, you either make money or you lose money. And when you lose money, you don't pay tax. In the United States, so whatever expenses you do, let's say you made $1 million and your expense was more than $1 million, then you don't pay any tax. That's how the tax system works. And if you made more loss than your actual income, then you can carry forward that loss on the following year. And that's how the system works. So Internal Revenue Service over the legitimate 72.9 million of tax refund. Now he got 72.9 million tax refund. Now, in the bottom, in the explanation, it says that it was a tax credit. Okay, here it is, tax credits. So how the US, in the United States, when you do the business, you have to pay quarterly tax. So you pay in the March. At the end of the March, you pay the first 3 months, and then at the end of the 3 months, you pay another tax, and another 3 months, and into December, you just match your books that how much tax you paid and how much you owe. And if you paid more tax, government gives you a refund. Every single household in the United States usually gets the refund if they have put their tax properly. And in the business person, if so, you have to estimate your tax for first 3 months. You cannot exactly say, and you at the end of the year you figure out that you had more expenses because some expenses are annual expenses. Uh, so at the end of the year, he got all those money back, 72.9 million he got back. Means he paid 100 million or something. But let's say he paid 100 million in tax, but he owe only 28 million tax. Then 72.9 million dollars goes back into the refund because he paid extra tax. So that's what they are saying, that this is 72.9 million he got tax refund. So there is nothing outrageous about it. No one is talking that how much Trump hired, how much employees Trump has, how many jobs he created, how much other taxes are paying. That's another thing we have to discuss. In United States, there are many kind of taxes. Let's discuss those. So see, he paid Social Security tax, Medicare tax, property tax, and this tax. So we know all about these taxes we always pay in the United States. So now when someone hires somebody in the United States, so every employee has to pay about 6% of Medicare and Social Security tax, and a remaining 6% has to be paid by the employer. So the total 12, 13, 14% has to go to the government. Out of that, half portion is paid by the employee, and the remaining half portion is paid by the employer. So if he has, let's say, 500 employees, so what the 500 employees Social Security and Medicare tax is paid from his company. It doesn't go from the Trump's account, but his company paid those money to IRS. So we need to understand that. Other thing it is, this article has, I think this person who has written the article, I don't. Now again, the IRS is the world's biggest collection agency. If you come under IRS, God bless you. IRS will get you. IRS will get your money. Even if you die, if you owe money to IRS, they will get your money out from you. So IRS has a very good auditing system. And if someone is not doing it right, and that person does get audited, even if it's the president of the United States, that person does get audited. So if IRS feels that something is wrong, so if New York Times knows more than IRS, I don't think so. It's just a completely wrong article just before this debate. So, and once someone gets audited, so how this auditing works is IRS sends you a letter that prove this. I know how it works. That IRS tells you that you put this many expenses, prove it. I mean, you prove it or you don't prove it. Why? If you have to prove it, then you have to prove it. Your accountant has to prove it. If you don't prove it, then you have to pay that money back to IRS. There is no one above IRS in the United States. President is not above IRS. Supreme Court is not above IRS. IRS is IRS. IRS can get anybody. They can go to Supreme Court justice. They can go to the president. So IRS is very strict, and as I said, it's world's biggest collection agency. If you owe money to credit card, forget it, they will call you. But if you money to IRS, they can stop your paychecks. You go to work and some of your money will go to IRS directly. That's how IRS works. So if Trump owes money to IRS in the auditing from his president's salary, money can directly go to the IRS. IRS has that kind of a strict system. The other, it's a very funny thing is that Trump received some money from his family, accidental money. It's very, let's see, family or father, FATHE. Oh, here it is. The money he secretly received from his father. I mean, why he needs to receive secretly from his father? I mean, it's his father, and whatever money in the United States, there's inheritance tax. Means that if the will is done properly, and I know Trump would have done the best will from his family. So if the will is done properly, you don't have to pay any tax. So if they have done proper will, you don't have to pay any tax to the government, even though you get $1 billion from your parents. So the money he secretly received from his father financed this place. So it doesn't make any sense that he may have received money from his parents. And we all know Trump has filed bankruptcy once or maybe twice, and he has again become a rich. See, I'm not judging here what kind of a president he is or what kind of what is the article is wrong. This is they do not have enough evidence to prove that Trump has done anything wrong. He's not supposed to do any foreign deals while he's the president, so he's going to follow that. And see, the debt is about $300 to $400 million. And here in the article says that he has a lot of he has a lot of assets and everything. Let's see, millions of dollars. See, here it is. They report that Mr. Trump owns hundreds of millions of dollars in valuable assets, but they do not reveal his true wealth. Okay, so let's say he owns 300 to 400 million dollars. It's not a big deal. If you and me, and I understand you all are listening in the United States or UK or somewhere. If you have like $1,000, $2,000 or pounds debt, it's not a big deal for us. Or sometimes you have 100,000. If you have a Tesla and if you have $40,000 debt, and if you have 200,000 salary, it is not a big deal. The same way for Trump, $300 million is not a big deal. He has a buildings and casinos and golf course and this and that. So I don't know why they are putting that, oh my God, $300 million. I mean, for us, 300 million is a huge amount. but not for Trump. And they are putting this. See, I've listened to the London radio. Everywhere they are putting this, that, oh my God, Trump paid only $750 in tax. See, London has its own tax system. They follow their system. I'm real. London in the radio every day they were talking day and night. I was talking that they were talking about Trump's tax return. Come on, London has its own problem. UK has its own problem. UK has its own corona problem. Just worry about UK has its own unemployment problem. Why you worry that what Trump pays tax? Such a waste of time of people. Uh, so if you think that if anything particular in this article which says that, I gone through the article twice and I did not find any evidence that Trump did anything wrong. Yes, if he's not supposed to do as a president something, then opposition should say that this is not he's supposed to do if he did something wrong. But if he paid only $750 tax, it's not a crime. And another thing, they were saying that Ivanka Trump, she was also an employee and also she was a contracted. It is not illegal in United States to be an employee and get contracted. I mean, Labor Department doesn't have any problem. Employer doesn't have any problem. So why you are making fuss? I mean, he is, if Ivanka is doing something, I mean, come on. I mean, who you are judging? President's daughter. She's getting paid. She's working. And another thing is, this is interesting that he paid tax in this India and Panama, this and that. See, in the US, if you pay tax in different country, you get credit of that tax in your own country. It means if he paid $145,000 tax in India on some of his income, or of course on income, he don't have to pay that tax again in the United States because they made that much money in India. So that's kind of a treaty or whatever you want to say, but that kind of a system it is. So all in about, the article is completely exaggeration of nothing right just before the election. I think New York Times, as we all know, that they just are pro-democratic. I'm not any see, in the London there are some Labour Party, there's a Labour Party, there are some members who support Pakistan. So the Indian community supported anti-Labour. So as an Indian, we feel that Trump, I mean, see, I live in Texas, so it's a pro-Republican state. Trump and Modi are good friends and they are on the same page on many levels. So as an if you are watching if you are a voter in the United States, think about that way, that in the London, in the UK, people do vote according to the Indian politics. If there are some London Labour parties who were supporting Pakistan, so Indian community strongly oppose that how can you do that? So if you think that the Trump is pro-India and if he will support what the Indian policies are, then Indian people should consider voting to same President Trump. If you have any question and concern, if you think that you want to tell something, write in the comment below, and it's an interesting topic. Thank you.